Today we're making beer battered shrimp, beer battered buffalo shrimp, and beer battered onion rings. In other words, I'll show you how to make your kitchen smell like a carnival, which is not a bad thing. The first thing we're going to do is wash, peel, devein, and detail all of our shrimps. Then we'll place them to the side for now. Next thing we're going to do, in a large cast iron pot, we're going to heat our oil to 375 degrees. And we got a rack with some paper towels lined underneath to dry our onion rings. Okay, first up, we're going to make our beer batter for our beer battered shrimp and our dry flour wedge to dredge our onion rings and our shrimp in. We'll start by adding 1 cup of flour to both bowls. A teaspoon of baking soda to each, and a tablespoon of garlic and parsley season to each, and a teaspoon of the following to each: pepper, paprika, and kosher salt. Then we'll give each of these a mix. And for our beer batter, we'll take 1 can of lager beer, and we're going to start by slowly adding in our beer and mixing, adding enough beer until we got our desired consistency, which is going to be the same as a loose pancake batter, about the same. And then I'm going to add my shrimps right to my beer batter. Give them a good stir, and then I'm going to pop this right into the fridge to marinate and chill for about half an hour while we start our beer battered onion rings. Okay, beer battered onion ring time. So for that, we're going to start with 1 large white onion, and we're going to start cutting into it about 1-inch thick slices. Use your sharp knife and watch your fingers. Punch out your slices and place them on a plate. Then we'll work on our beer batter for our onion rings, which is a little different from the beer batter from our shrimp. We'll start with 2 cups of flour and add that to a large bowl. Then we'll crack an egg in a separate bowl, whisk that up, and then we're going to add that right to our flour. Along with a teaspoon of garlic and parsley, pepper, and kosher salt, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Then we're going to add our beer, and just like before, we're adding just enough to get our desired consistency of loose pancake batter. We'll add all of our onion rings to a bowl. Are they onion rings at this point, or are they still onion slices? Anyway, we'll season these with a bit of kosher salt and black pepper. And we'll also add about 1 cup of flour. Then we'll give all this a little tossy toss. So over at the stove now, we're going to take an onion slice, drop it into our beer batter, toss it a couple of times, then drop it right into our hot 375 degree oil. And we're going to fry these for about 45 minutes until golden brown. Also, when you drop these in, try to drop them away from you to avoid any hot oil splashback. And you're going to want to keep these moving for the first minute or so they don't stick together. Move them around, give them a flip every once in a while, you get the deal. Once our onion rings are, as they say, golden brown and delicious, we're going to remove them to our wire rack lined with paper towels. And then we are immediately going to hit these with a little bit of kosher salt. Excuse me for a couple of minutes while I fry up the rest of these. And a little suggestion, in between batches you're going to want to take a frying spider and just skim the top of the oil and clean it from these tasty bits. And that's that, our beer batter onion rings are done, and listen to the crispiness on these. Wow, these were good. Okay, next, let's move on and make our beer battered shrimp. So what we're gonna do is pick up our shrimp out of our beer batter and drop into our flour dredge that we made earlier and give it a quick toss. Then we're gonna shake off any excess. And once all of our shrimps are coated and dusted in our flour, we're going to drop that into our oil, still heated at 375 degrees. We're going to fry our shrimps until they are golden brown on the outside, which for these size shrimps should take about 4 to 5 minutes. And once these are done, we'll drain them and move them to our wire racks while we start on our buffalo shrimp. Which starts the same way, removing our shrimp from our beer batter, dredging it in our flour, and adding it to our hot oil, then frying for 45 minutes until golden brown. As soon as our shrimps are done, we're going to add them directly to a bowl. And while our shrimps are still hot, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of our favorite buffalo sauce. And then we're going to give another quick tossy toss. And that's it. Look how beautiful these are. Delicious, crunchy, poppable, spicy, and so flavorful. Don't forget addicting. I heard that. And that's that. Beer battered shrimp, beer battered buffalo shrimp, and beer battered onion rings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and if you do, I'll see you in the next video.